Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Sonoran Scale Studios. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and help us grow. Today, looking again at the awesome Redcat Gen8 V2. This thing is worth another look as we've got more time to use it, had more experience with it, developed a bit more of an opinion that was well-rounded on it. And today we've got some footage on the backyard crawler course, just showing how good this thing is. Before picking one of these up in the first place, my expectations were, they were tempered in the sense that I knew I was going to be getting a very realistic looking scale truck. However, this thing is big. It technically is a 1/10 scale, but in comparison next to, say, a TRX4 or other 10th scale crawlers, the body on it is quite huge. It's really noticeable in the front end, in the front grille. I mean, I know that was kind of the way that the Scout was. It was one of the things that made the Scout such a popular real-life one-to-one rig and what continues its popularity today. However, I do feel this is closer to an 8th scale. It might be a 10th scale platform, but once you've got the body on it and all things are together, this thing is huge. So my expectation was that it wasn't really going to be the greatest crawler. Now, with just a few minor upgrades, as I've gone over in other videos, this thing's blown my expectations away. And I feel still, especially after more use and more experience with it, that you are getting an exceptional bang for your buck here. I would say the most fair comparison for this particular truck would be a TRX4 Sport by Traxxas. They're quite comparable in price, with the TRX4 being a bit more expensive, but that depends if you're going with the builder's kit in the TRX4 or if you're going with the RTR. So comparing the RTR to the Redcat Gen8 V2, I would give the edge, this is my opinion, I would give the edge to the Traxxas out of the box. But keep in mind that you are paying more, so there's got to be a bit of a trade-off there. And when you start doing upgrades, that's where they can become different machines altogether, and really not all that comparable. However, as this thing upgrades, it just gets better and better, and it doesn't take much to really make it crazy capable. I'm blown away with the angles that this thing can climb, with the traction that it's able to gain, and with the way that the suspension flexes. When you combine that with this body, it is really just a pleasure to use on a trail, or in this case on a backyard course. I mean, for a newcomer to the hobby, if you're looking for a first full-size, meaning 10th scale crawler, this is a great spot to start looking. Either one, you really couldn't go wrong with the Redcat or with the Traxxas. However, with this Redcat, if price or initial upfront cost is a top concern for you, I would say that that's where advantage does go to the Redcat. This thing I honestly shot all of this in one take. There were no tips, there were no flips, and there were no hang-ups. There were some spots like here where, yeah, it struggled, it was caught up on the belly pan, but as you can see, with a little bit of patience, a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of just choosing a little different line, bang, it's up, over, out, it's got ample power. Today it's running on a 3S Gen8 pack. Stock electronics. The only thing that's really been done to this thing is some weight added, to tires swapped, and the rest of it really is just cosmetic. Now, with locked front and rear diffs full time, this thing does not have the tightest turning radius, but it's kind of to be expected with four-wheel drive and locked front and rear diffs without the ability to unlock those diffs, or without say a dig feature like you would find on an Axial Capra. But really, it's not something that hinders its performance in any way. It's just something to keep in mind, that it is a big truck and it does turn wide. Now, this particular climb on the backyard course is definitely the toughest for most trucks that suffer from any type of weight distribution issues. If something is top heavy, this turn at the top of this hill will reveal it, and I will honestly say, box stock, the Redcat Gen8 V2 could not complete this turn. With the way that these boulders are positioned at the top here, it just it's not forgiving. You'll see here as this right rear tire slips off this rock that you really can get side hilled easily right there. It would have wanted to lift and flip and roll down on the right side of the bridge there and fall into the ravine below, but with a little bit of weight added to the wheels, you can see that it's able to stay planted at least on 3 and make that turn. Here you get a little teeter-totter action on the front bumper, taking a less than traditional approach to transitioning onto the bridge here, but as you can see, it keeps its composure. It's able to recover nicely. This thing really is just that good. It's a tremendous bang for the buck. I feel it's a tremendous value, and it's something that will likely be in your collection for a long time to come, as its upgradability, aftermarket accessories, 3D printability for aftermarket parts is really endless. So Redcat Gen8 V2, if you don't have one yet, go out and get one today.